I moved to a whole different continent. Literally, I grew up on this side of the earth and I moved to the other side of the earth. And this is how I did it and why I did it. Yeah, because some people thought I was crazy, but I'm not crazy. Maybe just a little bit, because you gotta be a little cuckoo to do what I did. But it's a great decision. Here goes. So by the time you see this video, I probably will have been in China for about 2 months. I moved here in mid-June, and so far I have started a new job. I have moved into a new apartment and made some new friends, all in 2 months of being here. I've also met some people who are literally from my same hometown, and I've met one person who lives here who went to my college. Like, when they say it's a small world, I've definitely experienced small world because I'm on the other side of the world from where I grew up, and I'm still finding people that I know and people that I can connect with. Okay, 你好，我叫 Lauren，你可以叫我 Lolo。你在广州去教英文，我是英文老师，对，我说中文一点点。Okay, so yeah, I said what my name is and that I'm in Guangzhou, China, and I'm here as an English teacher. So I did one of the most courageous things that I think I could do. Why did I do it? Because, well, let me start here. I've always loved to travel, and every year I set a, what is it? Oh, every year I make a, what's that called? Vision board. Yes, I make a vision board for the next year, for my goals and my dreams and my future for the next year. And I'll show my vision board on the screen. So for my vision board for 2025, mind you, I made this on New Year's Eve of 2024. I mean, yeah, New Year's Eve for 2024 going into 2025. And I mostly made it because I wanted to have a job where I can travel, and I just wanted to travel and I wanted to see new things. One of the main influences, honestly, of this is that in December of 2024, I got out of a relationship that I was in for like 3 years. And getting out of that relationship was really inspiring for me because for the first time in a while, I felt this like new sense of freedom that I didn't know I was missing. And I think that once you are in a season for so long where you mentally tether yourself to one certain path. Like when you're in a relationship, you tether yourself to like that person in the sense that like you're planning your life around that person or what you all want to do, and you can oftentimes get so far away from who you are inside, but a lot of the times you're happy doing that because hey, you're in a relationship, which is difficult to notice when you're in, but when you get out of it, it can be very freeing. So that's what happened. And then I started to apply myself to this thinking of being a nomad. Before I was ever in a long-term relationship, I was in my junior year of college when COVID hit, and I remember telling my mom like, "Hey, mama, what if I just like bought an RV and then lived out of the RV and then like drove around the country?" Because at that time, I was seeing all these people RVing or like van lifing, and it became a popular thing. And all of a sudden, it's no longer, oh, if you live in a van, you're homeless. No, it's just like you are choosing that life and you're choosing to travel around the world. And it's a very freeing, nomadic lifestyle to live. And I always thought that that wasn't practical. Like, even though I wanted to do it, I feel like it wasn't really that practical. But after December of last year, I decided to adopt that line of thinking again and really set my sights on having another job, on doing something that didn't revolve totally around me being, yeah, that didn't totally revolve around me having to be in the same place at the same time all the time. And The one thing that I could think of was being a flight attendant. So on my vision board, I have a lot of pictures of planes and a passport and, a girl in the pool because these were all symbols to me of travel. I set my sights on being a flight attendant and I applied to many flight attendant positions because that's what my next job was going to be. And I planned on becoming a flight attendant and then buying a van, living out of the van because it wouldn't make much sense to pay rent monthly if half the year I would be in the sky. It just didn't make sense. So I was gonna like, oh, I can travel and I can live in the van at the same time. Oh my gosh, that would be great. So yeah, I planned on doing that. And I was just applying to so many positions and then it wasn't working out. Like I would get rejected from a lot of different positions. So I decided to look on Indeed one day and I saw a position for teaching English as a foreign language in China. And all of a sudden, 3 months later, I found myself here. I would say that I had plans and my plans didn't happen. And I'm glad that they didn't happen. This season of my life is called Winging It because in the last year and a half, a lot of things that I had planned on going a certain way just did not completely go that way. And I found out that sometimes in some seasons it's really good to have your 1 year plans, your 5 year goals. And it's still great to have goals. I still have goals, but right now I don't have that many plans because there's been so many things that have thrown me out of my element that I have had to surrender so many times to growth. I've had to surrender in this last year so many times. Naturally, I can be a kind of stubborn person, and it's totally out of my character to move across the country by myself. So when I finally told, the first person I finally told, it was after I had already made the decision to do this. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing this until I had actually decided to do it. And I think that's one thing that made the difference this time because there are so many ways that there can be a plan for you. And then the plan gets spoiled by you telling somebody what your plan is before it happens or before you decide that it's for you. And people around your circle, you never know, sometimes don't want you to reach your goals. Oh, surprise, surprise. There are some people around you right now that don't want you to go through the plans that you have. And sometimes it's, what they think is out of a good intention. But the more people you tell your plans to, the more the more sound you have in your ears. People are going to be left and right telling you what you should and should not do. And to me, I am often very vulnerable to other people's opinions. Because I knew that, this time I did it differently. 25 was the age I turned when I realized I needed to make a complete change in my life. There were so many things that I was like, I just need a new environment. I just need a new, because I'm seeing the same four walls and I just felt like claustrophobic, like closed in. And I knew that I wanted to be in a different place. I knew that I wanted to be on my own. I knew that I just needed a fresh space and a fresh environment. And one of the best ways to move to a different country is to get a job there. So this is the thing. People would ask me all the time, like, how did you do it? Like, this seems so hard. I mean, when I tell you that I was scrolling on Indeed and then I saw a listing that said teach English in China, I pushed the button to apply. And then, like, 3 months later, I'm here. What happens is that if you have a bachelor's degree, honestly, that is your ticket to be able to get a job, specifically teaching English as a foreign language in any country that you could ever imagine getting a job in, because you can get a certificate called a TEFL or TESOL, which is teaching English as a foreign language. And the company will pay for your certificate. They will pay for all of your flights and your expenses from getting to one country to the next. They will pay for your expenses on getting your visa and your documents and whatnot. And when you get the job and when you actually get in place, like here, once I got here, a part of your salary is they give you extra money to fly around and travel around within the country that you are and outside of the country that you're in because they expect you to come here and travel because you're in a new country. Furthermore, the best part is that they hold your hand through the whole process of getting your paperwork and your visas and your documents and stuff like that. So for me, it was as easy as pushing a button, applying, and then doing everything that they told me to do. And then all of a sudden, in like 3 months, I found myself here. It was pretty easy. So, my job is actually hiring. I work for a really cool company. So far, I really like what I do. And I think I'm a natural teacher. I'm also a very responsible person. So, if you think that you want to travel to China and you don't mind teaching English as a foreign language, hit me up by emailing me because my job is hiring right now. I decided that it was me season the moment I touched down here. And I've been not on social media as much. I have not been posting nearly as much as I thought I would. And I haven't been as excited to post things like where I'm at, what I'm doing, what food I'm eating. And a lot of people would ask me, "Are you gonna do vlogs? I know you're gonna do vlogs. I know you're gonna teach in China and you're gonna do all these different things and you're gonna show your experience, right?" And I'm like, "I guess." But I realized that my life is not for like the purpose of me being here isn't so that I can show everybody that I'm here and I'm taking up space. I already know that I'm here and I'm taking up space, and that's enough for me. Really, I'm here because I want to be here, and it's me season, and I'm enjoying it. And for me to be like constantly like, "Hey, look where I'm at," is I don't really want to do that right now, and so I honestly don't know how much of this experience I'm gonna be documenting. I'm gonna be documenting it obviously, but not to the extent that I thought I was going to want to. You know, I want this experience for me. It's not for the world to see where I am and see that I'm happy where I am because I know that I'm happy. And like showing that or constantly needing to post when I'm at, where I'm doing the new experiences, it's like I want to have the experiences and I just want to have them and not need to take a picture wherever I go. But I will be sharing a lot of it. So you can keep up with me on social media on Instagram, Lauren.Rainey, that's my name. A pleasant surprise that I've experienced while I'm here is how nice the local people are. One thing I feel like I maybe expected was to get a lot of stares, to get a lot of like looks. The stares that I get, they're definitely a lot of people stare. They're curious. They're curious, but also because I speak a little bit of Chinese, I speak enough Mandarin to get by, you know, and because of that, I can speak with the locals. And for example, a lot of them say "ni hao," 我要拍照. Like they want a picture with me and they want to compliment me on my hair and tell me I'm beautiful and those type of things. And it's people are very nice, very kind here. If you are coming here, they want to know why you're here, and they want to talk to you. So I think one of the best things is that I learned a good amount of Chinese words before I came, and I'm still learning. I've only been here for less than 2 months now, but I want to be immersed in the whole cultural experience. This is something that a lot of people would be afraid to do. And it's like, again, I'm usually somebody who likes to be in a familiar place and on my routines. But recently, life has really, really stretched me to go past the limits that I put on myself. And it took a lot of growth for me to do this. And a lot of people like in my family were worried. Like they were worried. They were probably like, "Is she okay? Does she need some mental help?" Because this was very unexpected for a lot of people. But I just said, you know, this is an experience that I'm doing for me and I want to do it. And there were some points where I thought I wasn't gonna go through with it, but I'm gonna be here for at least a year, and then after that, I'll see what's next for me. What videos do you want to see from me? I will take requests, and I would love to hear your experience. If you've ever done something like this before, taught English, whether it's in China or a different country, or if you have lived here before, maybe not teaching, but as an expat, or if you are currently an expat, let me know. And just keep up with me. I will be around and I will be as consistent posting here as I want to. That's all I can tell you right now. And if you like this video, watch this one right there. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.